Yo, what up, guys? Jetxc here. Hopefully, you guys have been doing good. And I want to apologize because I haven't really been able to do videos and I haven't really been able to do live streams. But um, I've had family over for the past week. I've been doing all types of stuff, spending time with them, all that stuff, hosting things. So I actually am now fully by myself and I can get back to doing what I do. But yeah, apologies for that. But we are back. Browndust2 video, and I will say I do feel bad that I didn't get to stream tonight because let me tell you guys something. The pulls were terrible. The pulls were absolutely terrible. It took me 400 pulls in total to get her +5, and at the second time I pitied, that's when I got her +5. I also used a costume selection ticket to help me get a +0 copy because I was already 200 pulls in and I still didn't get a copy, guys. It was very bad. It was so crazy because at first, the first 100 pulls, I didn't get like any 5-star at all. And then after that, all the 5-star pulls were just everything but Diana. So it was insane. It was pretty bad. Yeah, I just, you guys would have had a good laugh, right? You definitely would have had a good laugh. But anyway, let's real quick talk about Diana, and I just want to give some quick recommendations for her, because if we take a look at her costume, right, I already have her maxed out here with potential, and if we look at her with potential and +5, well, first off, you get the 20% barrier to yourself for 6 turns. To be honest, Diana really doesn't need it, but if you really need a tank, then hey, perfect for her, right? Now, when it comes to her abilities at +0, the magic amplifier, right, it's going to give you at +0 25% property damage. At +1, it's 30%. Now, you guys know how I feel. Most costumes +1. I'm going to be honest, the only incremental difference is 5%. This at +5 is 50%. Now, it can stack up to 4 times, right? So you can definitely get some great use out of this regardless in a long-term fight when it comes to stacking up this ability for 5 turns, or excuse me, for 4 turns. I don't think you want to stress trying to max out this this costume unless you really want to excel in Fiend Hunt and Guild Raid. And I do want to preface this by saying sometimes these costumes may not come in handy until like later on in some random guild raid where you actually may need it, right? It's essentially like similar to Morpia, right? Morpia doesn't really come in handy until you need like a water unit, and also too, you can kind of use her abilities to kind of turtle certain Fiend Hunt or guild raids, right? So, but even then, it's nice to have her maxed out. So again, this is for people that really are trying to compete. However, if you can get her to +1, that would be great. Again, I think 1 copy, I think most people are going to get for the home screen, so I'll completely leave that up to you. But yeah, that's really a little bit of a synopsis of what she can do. But let's get into how she works in testing. Let's take a look. All right, guys, so let's talk about some testing here, right? So first off, you can preemptively activate this skill. I have her maxed out, as well as I've got all of her potential maxed out as well. So right off the bat, obviously this ability here, right, her elemental reserve ability, where she gives you the 220% property damage increase. This ability right here costs 1 less and it gives crit damage, right? So keep that in mind. This ability here for Magical Diana, this ability is going to be used mostly in Fiend Hunt and Guild Raid, right? It has a nice little thing where you can preemptively activate it, and then on top of that, you can apply up to 4 stacks per turn, right? And I'm going to show you here in a second on how this is going to work. But every single time, when it comes to just regular content, you're most likely just going to use her traditional Glutty costume, right? I really don't think you're going to be using this unless it's for a long-term fight. Now, obviously, you can activate both, but that's going to take up like 5 SP, but, you know, that's not that bad, especially when you're trying to nuke somebody. So what we're going to do is we're going to start where we're going to put the amplifier before Levia, and, yeah, we're just going to do this real quick. I only have Levia on the field because I don't want to do too much damage. I want to at least get to a second round against these guys. So let's see here. Okay, cool. I don't care if she died. So right now we have 1 stack from the property damage boost, right? And you can see this is the other boost from Diana, right? So here's the first stack from the amplifier, and then the second stack is from Diana, right? Which is right here. So we're just going to turn off the skill. I think we can apply shield. Yeah, let's apply shield here. Just in case. Well, no one's going to die, really. But yeah, we're just going to hit the enemy once, and then we'll be fine. Okay, cool. All right, awesome. So now you can see here we have 2 stacks. So she has 100% damage boost right now, or property damage boost, based off of how this works. So honestly, in total, she has, and if we go back to here, she has basically 320% property damage boost if she attacks, which is a pretty insane boost for anybody, honestly. So like I said, in the long term, she's going to be really, really good, which is why I think Fiend Hunt and Guild Raid is going to be worth it for her. So I will say, you know, is this costume worth a +5? Only if you feel like you want to get some of the in-game content done. But again, I don't know how often we're going to be using this costume when it comes to that, because you know, it takes up 3 SP. So if you want to use both, it'll be a total of 5 SP. So you know, I would say give it a couple more days, be patient, do some pulls, and then we'll kind of go from there. But yeah, that is basically how her ability works. All right, so the other thing I want to talk to you guys about is like the slice of life stuff that they're introducing for Browndust2. So this is going to be like their little side stories that they're going to be introducing to kind of help bond with the characters and give them more content in general. So I'm just taking a look at everything now, and it looks like there's a quiz section. Question 1, question 2. All right, let's take the quiz. I guess let's see if I can get this correct. Let's see if you've been paying attention to my efforts to uphold decency in the school. Tell me, where were the rule breakers making their Valentine's Day chocolates? Oh, crap. Okay, so I think you actually have to read the story. Equipment room? Wrong. Okay. Empty classroom. Okay. So I think you have to pay attention to the story at least to answer this quiz question. And then over here, now, for those of you that may not know, these used to be pretty popular way back when. These are the field quest. This is one of the common ones where you basically run around collecting gluttony, and of course someone already has a crazy high score. But I do remember these, and you basically run around and try and get as many as you can in 20 seconds. So I'm gonna go ahead and see what I could do. But yeah, these are pretty fun. These were around with within, I'd say, the first year of the game, and then they kind of got rid of them for like other content, which is fine, right? And you want to make sure you just dash when it comes to the bomb glutties. But yeah, this one is definitely a fun one for sure. Yeah, there you go, 5,400. So whoever got 11,000 is a nut. So. And then it looks like they also have an exchange shop here. You can get Valentine's Day rewards. And then I think lastly is the slice of life story. So we got Valentine's Day Crackdown, Valentine's Day Crackdown 2, 3, 4. Let's just see what it looks like. I think the whole thing is in like chibi form. So Glacia stakes out of the chocolate lab to maintain school discipline, unaware of the trap that Rafina basically plans. Valentine's Crackdown episode 1. Okay, interesting. But yeah, I'll definitely be taking a look at this, and I'm actually gonna read through this and then the other story, and we'll possibly make a new video on it. But yeah, pretty interesting overall. Let me know what you guys think about the content in Browndust2, and let me know how your polls went, because mine did not go very good at all. So all right guys, later.